What's up, guys? This is TGIR. I'm Award.
No, wait.
What?
I want to try the intro.
Try it.
I want to try. Okay.
This is your
Hi. This is TJR, and that's Ant, and I'm Skyler, not Lord.
It goes like this. Hi, guys. This is TGIR. This is Shark. I'm Award.
I'm mad.
We're going to tell you about video games. See? It's something like that. But anyway, let's get into it. Skylar, what's coming back to Destiny?
Look, I was hyped when King's Fall happened, and y'all did the right move. I'm still waiting on Wrath of the Machine because Rise of Iron was fantastic, but we're getting Crota's End back.
Yeah. So that's gonna be a nice kick of nostalgia to all the people who've been here for quite some time.
Yes.
And it's also probably going to tie into the fact that all the old stuff is coming back around, which means that a certain someone's going to come back around. You know, 6 is in his name.
Look, I do not know what's going on with Cade 6 in the DLC. It has me slightly nervous. I don't know if it's a tease. Is he only coming back for the DLC, like a clip, or are we getting him back for, ever? Because, Zavala's gone.
I don't think, no, see, Zavala's not gone.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Lewis.
I don't care what I said. Zavala's gone.
But here's the thing. We honestly don't know if him coming back for this last DLC is just that, because this is the last DLC. I mean, it's called the Final Shape, but I mean, there's a certain game franchise called Final Fantasy, and for like my whole life, it's never been the Final Fantasy. So Final Shape doesn't really have to mean the end. So I don't know. Obviously, Destiny is something that you could keep going. They minor tweaks and shit here and there, but Crota's End is a nice touch. It's a nice little callback. I would like Prison of Elders.
I would love to have Prison of Elders back. But on Crota's End, the encounters have been somewhat modified to make up for the fact that Destiny 2 is, compared to Destiny 1, characters are OP. The supers, the weapons, everything is just ridiculous.
A lot of people would say that from Destiny 1 to 2, it's just a copy, cut, and paste, mechanics of shoot, whatever. But it's not, because the supers are different. Yep. The passives. Did we even get passives in D1? We did, but we got the invisibility grenade and all that.
Right.
But it wasn't like this. Like I don't think you could shadow step as a hunter.
No.
But yeah, so it's not just like, oh, this is behind this, and we unlocked it and gave it back to you like they do with the planets that make no sense. When they give you a planet back, it's like, also we can go back here. Like if they was just randomly throw it back in the Dreadnought or something, it's like, there's the Dreadnought.
It would be cool.
It would be cool, but it's not so cool because why can't they just make a new planet? You know what I'm saying? That's my gripe with Destiny where it is, but that's not what this is about. This is about the fact that Crota's End is back, and for all of you original Destiny players, you'll remember this. You'll remember how much you loved it or hated it, and if you loved it, you'll come back to play it again, and if you hated it, you'll come back to avenge yourself. So we're all coming back into this pool of Crota's End. So this is a great thing, but this isn't the only game that's got an update coming out. Well, that's coming out. The update for the next game, which is AEW Fight Forever, has a battle royal out. It is a stadium battle royal match. So you're in a stadium with other wrestlers. You can get power ups. You can get power ups. You rank up to like rookie to jobber to a main eventer. But there's a whole bunch more than that. I don't remember all of them. But you fight. You can heal. You can get you fight, and then if someone so happens to hit their finisher on you, you are eliminated, and you can watch till the end. You can drive cars, golf carts. You can pick up weapons. It's pretty much like a boss count anywhere. Hardcore match with a ton of people in a football stadium. It's very cool. It's very cool. It's something that will help you pass by time. It's not something that's going to make or break anything, and it's not the reason you should buy a game or anything like that, but it is something fun and new. So I would say check out AEW's Battle Royale because, wrestling's fun, wrestling's cool, and you can do a lot more in this game than you can in your standard 2K because it's more arcadey. So it is fun. It's a little fun thing, but here's something that's not so fun. being chased by Leatherface doesn't sound fun, does it?
Doesn't sound fun in reality or in haunted houses and stuff like that. Which I still why do you guys pay to be chased by some dude with a fake chainsaw?
Haunted house is
weird.
fun. Haunted house
It's weird.
is fun.
But Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, dude. I did not have high hopes for it when I heard about it at first because it just sounded like another Dead by Daylight. But to me, this game is what Dead by Daylight should be. This is an upgraded Dead by Daylight, and it is fantastic.
So, backtracking to AEW. So, I'm watching AEW, and who do I see on the screen? I see Leatherface on there, and I'm like, why is Leatherface in the wrestling ring? Why are they giving Jeff Jarrett a belt with Leatherface on it? And Leatherface is chasing people, and then I see the game, and me and Skylar had seen it before, and so I texted him. I'm like, hey man, I just seen this on AEW. We really should check this out because we're big fans of Dead by Daylight. Mm-hmm. We are right. We played the hell out of it, and it is fun. But Dead by Daylight, as fun as it is, as addicting as it is, the leveling system that I like a lot. At a point, fixing the generator and getting out of there.
It's cut and paste on every single map.
It grows stale. This game here is, I would call it Dead by Daylight plus plus. The only backdraw is that it doesn't have Michael Myers and all these people, but it's not called Everybody Chainsaw Massacre because that's weird. So it's called Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You can be Leatherface. How many killers are in the map?
There's Cook, Leatherface, Sissy, the old man, the weird old man that struggles to walk and he's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think right now there's 4 killers. I could be wrong on that one. I've been playing a lot of though. My main right now is Cook for sure as a killer. I was not a killer in Dead by Daylight. I am definitely a killer on this one now, and I thoroughly enjoy doing it.
I just think there's more to get out, fix this, leave, kill them before they fix this.
Yes.
There's more. So, in order to while you're playing the game, in order to get you and your family, because there's more than one killer, stronger. You go either you hit your enemy to gather blood, or you go around to these little things that have blood in them, and you feed Grandpa blood. And as you feed him, and it sounds childish, but it's actually he's sitting at one certain place in the map. He doesn't move.
No.
He's not like the box in zombies. But you feed him, and as you feed him blood, you get buffs.
Yes.
Now, what I don't know is, can the survivors harm Grandpa?
Yes, they can. So what happens is, say we fill up Grandpa enough to get him to the tier where victim detection is now activated. So I can see you moving, or I can hear you moving, and I know where you're at. If you're a victim, you can go up to Grandpa and you can hit him. And while you're doing that, you will lower his level, his ability level. So you will have to refeed him to get it back up there. And while he's being attacked, a thing will pop up and say Grandpa's in danger. Now you need to go save Grandpa. You need to go put work in on these young punks.
Yeah.
So he can regress, unfortunately.
Okay, so and as we know, he can and that's a way of like, let me get you here so I can make my escape. Because if we get to the top and I can't modify this gauge in any way, you're gonna kill me.
But so, the other caveat of that is that while you can disable the killer's abilities, so to speak, the killers can also the family can also do that to the survivors though, because when you get like exits open, I can go and close those exits or shut off the generators and stuff that you were working on. Like how Dead by Daylight you can attack the generators, same thing.
Right, and you can close the door at a certain time.
Yeah.
And one thing for me is this. So, as a killer, you can pick up different weapons.
Yes.
As a survivor, you do not have that luxury. You cannot fight them, correct?
No, you can't. But you really wouldn't be doing. There are elements that help the survivor too. Like there's little cracks, little slits in the walls, and things of that nature that you can get through that a killer cannot get through.
Let stick his chainsaw through there.
Right.
But that's to me that is more. It's more strategic for you. It gives you more of a gap than just throwing down a pallet.
It's just like, speaking of like the pallet, so there are boxes that will have like barbed wire on it and stuff. If you're a survivor, you can go through it, and the killer can't. The only way to get around that is you have to be Leatherface, and Leatherface has to be in every single match required. You don't have a choice. So whoever is Leatherface,
so Leatherface is in every
has to be,
okay.
no matter what. Somebody has to be Leatherface, or the match will not start. So
okay.
whoever
See,
is
now,
Leatherface,
I thought that sometimes you could put a group together that did not have Leatherface,
no.
which would then, and Leatherface is the only one that uses the chainsaw, correct?
Yes, but he's also like the most iconic in that whole franchise. So to play a game without Leatherface, it kind of sucks that you have to have him. Like that's a choice that they made. Somebody has to be him. But at the same time, he's not a bad character to play, and I also get the iconic nature of it.
Well, I get that too. Like the thing is, like it is the Evil Dead video game. Anyone can pick up a chainsaw. Anyone can pick up a chainsaw, but not everybody can put the chainsaw on their hand.
No.
Ash can, but not every Ash can put the chainsaw on his hand because he wasn't always missing one hand.
Right.
So those little things where, you know, now no one wields the chainsaw in that franchise except for Leatherface.
Yeah.
So those little things in those games are cool. And if you guys haven't played that Evil Dead game, that game is a good game too. It's older. That's not what this is about. But you got games like Evil Dead. There are rumors of a Halloween game coming out.
Yep.
You know, so Dead by Daylight is starting to plant these seeds here. And I would like to see them all make their own game and then give Dead by Daylight a new overhaul where it's a new game picked up by a AAA company where it just looks just amazing. But you got a leveling up system here, just like Dead by Daylight. The only thing is you don't have offerings.
No.
There is no offerings. But the leveling up system, there's like it's like the Blood Web. You go ahead.
Yeah, it's not like, it doesn't look like spider web. It's kind of like a little roadmap or whatever. But there's a lot of them. You can level your characters up. You can there are stats, which is interesting. There's skill points for the killers and the survivors, and they kind of affect how effective they are in the game. So, like, when I go through blood harvesting, for example, is a category in there, and blood harvesting affects how much blood you're getting from when you smack survivors, when you go and find the little things of meat that are hanging, that just dripping into a pan to collect blood for Grandpa. That affects how much that you get from those, and also it can affect how much you can carry. So if, like me, that's one of the stats that I have, like probably the highest on there, next to it's either the highest next to stamina or it is the highest, because I do want to be able to run fast enough to get to them.
Yeah.
But that way when I do get to them, I hit them and I get more blood than what I would at base. So that way I can carry more blood to get to Grandpa. The faster he gets leveled up, the faster we can find you guys and kill you.
Yeah, and it's always nice because everybody likes to level their characters up differently.
Yes.
So I'm more of a stealthy guy, so I would want my person to be more stealthy. He would want his person to be different ways, and that way we can really put together a team. And there's loadouts, so if someone's more this way and more that way, well, I can be like, well, I'll be this way because I got more loadouts, different loadouts for different characters, or different loadouts for the same character. But that is in a nutshell what is this new monster that is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And I think that you guys should whether you're going to be Leatherface or you're going to be a family member or member of the family or a survivor, this game is one that you got to check out for any horror fan or any gamer around. This is a game that you should be checking out, but
and it's only $40.
Yeah, it is only $40, and that is sweet.
It's worth it.
That's sweet. That's sweet because you've done chopped $30 off of a $70 game, which $70 games are just egregious, but whatever. That's okay. But see, and so go pick that up. But you know, on a more serious note, we want to talk about somebody that looks like he could be a family member of Texas Chainsaw Massacre Leatherface, and that he could be in the family. He's a wrestler, and he's in the stars now, and that is the wrestler Bray Wyatt, who passed away 2 days ago. Bray Wyatt had COVID, right? He had COVID, and he was out for a while with a wrestling with an injury from wrestling, and they thought, they were like, he'll bounce back, and times were looking good. But 2 days ago, he had a heart attack, and he passed away. And for those people who don't know who Bray Wyatt is, he is the son of Mike Rotunda, who is the IRS man back, in the 80s, and then he became a wrestler, and, he was Axel Mulligan, he was Husky Harris, he was, Bray Wyatt. He was the Fiend. You know,
He's done a lot.
he's done a lot. You know, he's been the WWE champion, the Universal champion. He got those 3 times. He's probably the best, some of the best mic work in wrestling. He's the eater of worlds. You know, he had the Wyatt family, and sadly now, out of the original 3, which was Luke Harper, Bray Wyatt, and Eric Rowan, Luke Harper and Bray Wyatt are now passed away. And for somebody who just has a great character, whether you like, you know, the Fiend or Bray Wyatt, who he's known to me, he's just a lovely guy. He's a top merch seller his whole entire career. I remember him winning his first world title in the Elimination Chamber. It was one of the coolest things. You know, he's got the whole world in his hands type of thing. It just really resonated with a lot of people. And he's 36. He's very, very young. We had 4 kids and a wife. And if anybody has money and can afford it, everything that is Bray Wyatt in the WWE shop right now, anything that you buy goes to his family, and they could definitely really use it. Because that's the least of their problems, because, you know, they don't, you know, his kid's not a father and his wife doesn't have a husband. But all in all, I mean, Wyndham Rotunda, Bray Wyatt, 36 years old, he passed away. I mean, great wrestler, and from what I can hear, they had a tribute show yesterday. Great friend and great man. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and end this episode. This is TGIR. The game is real. Rest in peace, Bray Wyatt.